Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I want to talk about pre-built gaming PCs. Now yes, I know this is not really a glamorous topic, especially for PC enthusiasts, but the fact of the matter is there are a lot of expensive components, and they're really looking like they're only getting more expensive, most notably RAM and graphics cards, and even SSDs aren't exactly cheap right now. Now I've talked a lot recently about reasons why you maybe want to either put off building a gaming PC, or if you're trying to get onto a new gaming platform, then maybe you should actually even look towards consoles, something like Xbox One X or a PS4 Pro, but pre-built gaming PCs actually give you a little bit of a middle ground here. First off, from a cost perspective, they are extremely competitive, especially compared to even modern consoles. The Xbox One X going for about $500, you can get a really solid gaming PC for about $100 more, and you can even find other ones that are capable a little bit cheaper, although I would say the Xbox One X will probably outperform it in gaming specific tasks. But again, a PC can also do a lot more than an Xbox One X, so there is a little bit of a give and take here. Now, the pre-builds that I'm going to be looking at here today come from HP, and they are available on Amazon. I'll link those down below as well in case you want to take a look at the description. And I'm also going to compile a custom parts list that we'll be looking at from PC Part Picker to see just how competitive we could build a standalone PC using off-the-shelf parts compared to HP's pre-built, to see if HP is actually offering a really good value there, or whether we'd actually be better served by going with our own parts. So let's go ahead and hop over to Amazon and PC Part Picker and see just how good of an offer HP and, by the way, other pre-built gaming PCs offer to PC gamers, or those of you that may be looking to get in on the PC gaming side of things. Okay, first up we have the HP Pavilion Power 580-023W. This is likely a micro ATX build, however, I'm not really considering the form factor in all of this. And also worth noting is I'm not going to include the mouse and keyboard in the PC Part Picker list or an optical drive, because frankly most people have a keyboard around they could use, a mouse around they could use, and most people don't need an optical drive. However, if you are somebody that needs any of those things, then it is a cost to consider. I am, however, taking into account the Windows license, and I'll get to that when I get around to the PC Part Picker side of things. So this tower has a Core i5-7400. That would be a processor that you cannot overclock, and it is a quad core, unlike the i5s in the Coffee Lake generation, which are 6-core processors. It does have a GTX 1060 3GB graphics card, 8GB of system RAM, and it doesn't say exactly what speed those are running at, but it's likely that the system memory is probably at 2133 megahertz is my guess, and it does have a 1TB hard drive, and as with pretty much all pre-builts, you do have the advantage of it just shipping with a Windows 10 license. And keep in mind, all of this comes at the price point of $627.83, which looks to be, just at first glance, actually looks like a pretty good price, and we'll see just how good of a price that is. Now, going for the exact same specs using PC Part Picker and picking the cheapest possible components to get us there actually gets us to $646.70. So actually, at least right now through PC Part Picker and using the vendors that are in their database, it's not really possible to beat the HP Pavilion going blow for blow. And there are a couple nuances to this build that one would definitely have to be aware of before you put together the pre-built competitor build here. First off, the motherboard we're using here is an H110 motherboard, which was originally designed for Skylake processors, and if you are using it with Kaby Lake, you'll need to get the BIOS updated. Now, I'm assuming that Gigabyte is offering a BIOS that will support Kaby Lake with this motherboard. I haven't actually looked, but that would be another thing you need to check. As well as, if it ships with the old BIOS that only supports Skylake, you would actually have to find another Kaby Lake chip to put in the motherboard so you could update the BIOS to get support for your Kaby Lake chip. So that in itself is potentially a headache, but it was the cheapest motherboard out there that at least could potentially support Kaby Lake, so that's the one we're going with here. And another thing to be aware of here is this particular chassis that we're using. We use this for both of the computers that I parted together on PC Part Picker, again, because it's the cheapest out there, at least right now. This is the Logisys CS136BK Micro ATX computer case, and it does come with a 480 watt power supply. However, it's not necessarily a power supply I would actually trust in any build, much less a gaming build that you're spending over $500 on. But it is possible to get lucky with these types of things. It's not something that I recommend gambling with. So if you are purchasing this case and you're going to be using the integrated power supply there, just buyer beware. So here we have these two computers head to head, and the observant of you will notice that I've added the Windows 10 Pro license. You can find these on eBay for around $7, give or take. And I've had pretty good success with using eBay. And the best part, of course, with eBay is that if for some reason the seller either never delivers you a product key or the key that is delivered is just not usable because it's not genuine, you can always get your money back. So it's a pretty safe way of getting a very cheap Windows 10 key, and I would recommend that. But at the end of the day, if you are using only vendors that PC Part Picker does have in their database, it's not really possible, or at least very, very unlikely, that you'll be able to top the price offered on Amazon right now for the HP Pavilion. The price point is great. The PC itself, just from my perspective, looks a lot better. The chassis of it looks a lot better than the Logitech system. I tend to believe I would trust the power supply in it a little bit better because it's one of those things. If HP is using a very faulty power supply, then they're going to get a lot of returns. So it's likely that the power supply is at least okay and decent. And again, it gives you a couple of extras that you don't get by building it yourself, such as an optical drive. Windows 10 is already installed and ready to go. Keyboard, mouse, some of those things. And you will have good warranty support with that PC. It's likely you'll have good warranty support with buying your own parts, but you're sort of at the mercy of each individual company selling those parts instead of just going to a one-stop shop in HP. And moving on to our next pre-built, again, this is another HP Pavilion just with some stepped up specifications here. Specifically, it has a Core i7-7700 instead of the i5-7400. It does have the same 3GB GTX 1060 in it. It does have double the system memory that the last one did. This one has 16GB of system memory. It has a 1TB hard drive, a 128GB SSD, and again does come with an operating system already installed and ready to go. And of course, right now, this is priced at just shy of $950, actually the $949 price point, which at first glance, once again, looks like it's a pretty solid deal. Maybe not the best deal in the world, but solid nonetheless. Moving back over to PC Part Picker and using the exact same method of just picking the cheapest components that are compatible, this system runs just over $900 at $900.01. And again, it has the same problems, or at least potential issues, that the other system has in the motherboard, potential compatibility issue with updating the BIOS, that sort of thing. And also with the case, I'm not really sure I would trust that integrated power supply or not. That all being said, it does look like you can save yourself about $50 if you're willing to buy all the components, put them all together yourself. And all of this with these two PCs from PC Part Picker versus the two pre-builts here is ignoring the used market, where you can often find better components or higher specification components for the same cost as brand new ones that are lesser. So you can upgrade your specs without spending any more money if you're willing to sort of comb through used listings on places like eBay, Craigslist, or even on forums. And a lot of this is going to come down to taste and whether you're really willing to or want to put together a PC yourself, or if you just want the experience of almost like the console of you get out of the box, you hook it up, and it just works. If that's you, you're probably going to want to go the pre-built route. And the good news there is that there are a lot of really solidly priced gaming PCs on the market. And in fact, looking through a lot of Amazon's listing, there are several really competitively priced pre-built gaming PCs, but there are also a lot of ones that you probably want to stay away from. For example, the AMD FX series processors are ancient at this point, and there are still a lot of these gaming PCs featuring them as their CPU of choice, paired with some questionable graphics that probably won't give a great user experience. For example, an R7 250 paired with an AMD FX 6300 is probably not exactly the gaming experience you're looking for. So this is a case where even if you're building a pre-built PC, you still need to do quite a bit of legwork in making sure that you are buying components that are at least going to give you a really good experience, even if you don't want to put them together yourself. It's not a guarantee when you buy a pre-built PC that's marketed as gaming that it'll actually give you a great gaming experience like you're wanting. And in the end, if you do that legwork that's required to make a well-informed decision, whether you're going pre-built or building it yourself with a custom build, you can do very well either way, both from a cost perspective as well as a performance perspective. But here's where I kick it back to you guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about pre-built PCs. Are there ones on the market that you think that you may actually go ahead and buy? Or are you a purist and you just want to build your own computer and you would never touch a pre-built PC? Let me know down below. And of course, guys, if you like this content, give it a like, a share, subscribe, comment. All those things help the channel out a lot. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Hoosier Hardware. They're the same tag for your convenience. And also, as always, we'll let YouTube go ahead and queue up a couple more videos from my channel for you to watch. I'm Shane with Hoosier Hardware, and I'll see you guys in the next video.